and welcome back to the pit bike build. Well, it's not really a build, more of a fixing stuff that's wrong with it. Anyway, my brake disc finally arrived and my knife went missing. Kind of looks like the bolt pattern is a bit off. We shall see. So we start with the brake disc, which means removing the tyre. It appears this is very sketchy. Yes. Even the bearing fell out. And the bolt pattern is off. Ever so slightly. Well, I mean, I paid for it, so I'm going to use it. This sits nicely here on all four, well, all four spots. So if I just go just a bit inwards on these, I reckon it'll work. So the plan is just to go inside on all of the four, towards the centre hole. And I guess that's it. It will centre itself if I have, if I go straight, which I guess is the biggest challenge here. Well, it's nowhere near yet, so this is going to take... I just saw myself on the camera. Oh god. Well, this is going to take forever, so I'll just shut off the camera and get on with it, because otherwise I won't have enough memory or battery to film putting it together. 3.5 hours it has been. And it's in place. Just because it wasn't sketchy enough, I also have two different types of bolts, because why not? And also it's actually surprisingly hard steel, this, so I managed to pretty much wear out one of the grinding bits. Right, even though my wrist hurts and tired of listening to the grinder all the time, I'm interested in seeing whether it fits into place. size fits, except for these bolts with a thicker head. But I don't need to take the tyre off anymore because I can just get them from here. The caliper is also hitting the disc ever so slightly. So I'll remove the caliper and sort it out. I guess this is the part where I say do not replicate what you're about to see. I'm not sure that's done too much, it's just got rid of the paint. Right, it's been a few days. I have actually removed this once and taken it for a test drive. In fourth gear, once it gets up to speed, it starts vibrating really aggressively. I have no idea what that is. Well, it's vibration, obviously, but whether it's caused by brake disc being unevenly ground down, or if it's the brake disc catching on one of the bolts, because it is pretty tight. I barely ever get up to speed in this thing, so I reckon it doesn't matter. I've noticed that the rubbers on the pins that it floats on are in terrible condition. They've just sort of fallen apart. They're probably old. Yeah. However, I am going to put these on like they are. You have to put the rubber in first. Damn it. Can't just put this down because it's greasy now. Goes into place now, and I hope that doesn't hit. Wait a second. How much should go? Yes. Bit of scratches on that bolt, and it seems to touch a bit. Yeah, maybe I'll just sand those two bolts down because I couldn't find some that were flatter. Anyway, put the top one. Maybe I should get a new caliper kit with new guide pins, new rubbers, and maybe just a new caliper. Would be brilliant. Now the protective rubber still goes on the top, hopefully. But the bottom one broke off and I shouldn't have actually taken the rubber off. So I'll have to think of something. Or just leave it to the elements and then I'll have brake trouble. Anyway. I reckon it rolls freely enough now, it'll wear itself in. So, we needed the pedal, and that should be there somehow. I have a feeling that this brake kit isn't made for the frame. That, or the shock is way longer than was designed for this frame. Anyway, it's a built and not bought, so it has custom vehicle problems, I suppose. That should keep it from hitting the tyres. Right, I have no idea what has happened, but suddenly it fits almost nicely. I'm not sure if this is the same pedal I had previously, and I haven't changed the... or have I? I had this off because I was copying the bolt pattern. But anyhow, the pedal doesn't need modification. Well, there's a bit of a clearance, I wouldn't say issue, but it's quite snug. So I'll just bend it slightly from here. Now I need to find a rod that connects that there, a bolt here and a spring. Now here we have a little clearance issue. That's the hole for the spring and that is the hook for the spring, but when you have it so, you see that comes into the line of fire. So, and I also need a circlip here. Right, I've been fiddling around looking for parts and looking for solutions. This is my spring. It goes here like so. It is a bit bigger than necessary, but that'll sit there, and then the top one will go here. Now you might be asking, there's nothing to connect it to. Well, I'll drill a hole and put a bolt. Oh, that was only a 5mm drill. And this is the part where it gets tricky, because this is quite a heavy spring. Now, unless still is a bit stiff. Okay. Interesting. First, interesting is the word. If I remove this for a moment, and I can also show you a little fix I made, because the shaft went round, so I made a little keyway. Put a few better pictures here while I'm fiddling with this thing right here. Well, I suppose it was a brilliant idea, but it's tricky. Realised that you probably can't see much, although not much has happened. Slipped. Maybe I should drill a new hole here, because that is quite far away. Okay, that does not sound healthy. Should have been even a bit closer, maybe. Right, one more hole. right next to that one. Now that looks more reasonable. This is really tricky, and sketchy is also a word I could use, I suppose. No idea whether this washer will actually hold this spring in place. The shape of the spring is a bit awkward. There you go, almost. It's getting there. Something doesn't quite fill me with confidence, this. First of all, I need to reshape this into a bit of a hook. See if I can do that without heating it. Doesn't seem to give much. No. No. I'll have a little rethink with this. Actually, now that I also have drilled a few extra holes, might be able to get a spring from there to there. I was just about to use a hose clamp to hold up spring in place. I mean, it is a bit massive. Can't even see because my hand's in the way. But I reckon that'll do for now. There you go. I don't know, a bit overkill? It's just a bit smaller than a trampoline spring. Well, that was that. And then, shortly after, I realised that I've had enough of fucking around. I'll just bend it so it sits better. Yeah, because my spring wasn't sketchy enough, I didn't find a circlip. So my solution looks like this. But I mean, if it works, but it's stupid, it's not stupid. But looking at this makes me doubt what I just said. This looks absolutely stupid. Yeah. Now, to the link in between. I have a regular bolt. I'll just cut the head off. So it'll go about that much in. So I need to cut about 2 centimeters off. I'm getting lazy and doing stuff behind the camera now. Just a bit more. That went a bit too much. Yeah. How deep is that in there? I think it's savable with the adjustments. Just go all the way tight. There you go. Very little clearance at the back here. And now remove the play. I mean, a bit of play is good. Put that there. And tighten. And theoretically we have brakes. Okay. But I mean, we're getting there. Where? I don't know, somewhere. One step closer to doing rear brake turns. Because on bikes, the handbrake is the front brake. I don't know. There. And next, the bleeding. Yeah. Hopefully this opens. Fucking hell. Why does everything have to be so shit? Well, this was stuck, but I took it off, soaked it in lube, took the cylinder out, and it works now. So, fill the reservoir up with fluid. Ah! Now I hear noises. Why can't brake fluid bottles come with a clever sort of funnel built onto the end. Right. Yeah. Making a mess. I don't feel it getting any stiffer. However, it seems to be pressing the caliper together a bit. Guess I'll have to take it for a test drive to know what is going on. Alright. After bleeding it, I took it for a test drive, and the pedal goes all the way down and the brakes are pretty soft. So, where's the problem? The cylinder that I cleaned, I had a look at the O-ring and I was like, well, I could change it while I'm in there. That's the thing, I only thought about it, I didn't actually do it. So, have to reopen it, but I can't be bothered now. Or I could be, but I'm probably going to do it off cam. And thanks for watching. Stay tuned for the next episode of something. I guess that's it for today. Bye.